Oh, hello there. Bet you weren't expecting to see me here. Well, you probably were, but probably expecting to see Jamie Kelly, the bad bitch getter, with me. Maybe Paul Doc's beautiful little moustache, but no, it's just me, because I'm here to tell you something. We're giving away a lot of stuff, honestly. We're doing a big Christmas giveaway, guys. Now, I need to tell you the value of this before I even tell you what's involved, because it's gonna blow your socks off. £700. And know how much it's going to cost you to enter the giveaway? Nothing. Not a penny. All you need to do to enter the giveaway, right, is subscribe to our YouTube and follow all our sponsors on Instagram. So all the information about this will be in the description. There'll be a wee link that you need to follow to say that you've entered it. But all you need to do is subscribe to our YouTube and follow all our sponsors on Instagram. We'll put all their Instagram accounts below. It's going to be easy. So I bet you're wondering now, what is the...
Click the link. Imperative, you need to click the link.
Definitely need to click the link. You heard the man there. See, even if you do all the steps and don't click the link, it's no going to enter you in it. So it's very easy to enter, guys. And I bet you're wondering now, what are you giving away? You're talking a lot of shit here, saying that we're getting this, we're getting that. What are we actually getting? Let me break it down for you. So the kind men at Investor Watch UK have offered you a year's worth of their service. A year's worth. Not a month like we always get. A year. A full year for you to be your own boss. Bit of financial freedom, bit of passive income. Maybe it could become your whole income. So there you go. A year's worth of that, which is worth £480. Just like that. You know what I mean? A year. There you go, mate. So that's the first bit. Second bit, Myles & Co. We're going to all be needing some haircuts and shit. Early Christmas period, New Year and that. Hug my knee. Time to get the wood wet, as they say, at Hug my knee, guys. And no better way to get your wood wet with a fresh fade. So what we are saying is 5 free haircuts with Myles & Co. So a year's worth of Investor Watch UK, 5 free haircuts, right? Which would cost £110, something like that. And then, to top it all off, a Collection 26 hoodie of your choosing, your size, whatever one you want, you're getting it. This is all free, guys. And then just to top it off, just because we love yous and yous have supported us and shown us mad love, we're giving you £50 cash just on top of that, just like that, boom, sent to you. So, guys, as I say, let's run through that again. A year's worth of Investor Watch UK, 5 free haircuts at Myles & Co Barbers in the West End, 261 Byres Road, baby. A Collection 26 hoodie and £50 cash. And all you need to do is subscribe to our YouTube and go and follow all our sponsors on Instagram. But make sure you click the link in the description regarding all this info, because if you don't click that and you do all the stuff, you're not going to get entered in it. And imagine, it could be you. It could be you, guys. So get involved, go to the description of this video, maybe even pause this before you watch little beautiful Paul Doc, the little spring chicken, and Jamie. Pause it, go enter it, do it, come back to it, and then watch the podcast. Cheers, guys. These bad dads make it hurt. We're rolling, everybody. We're back in the Gaff. Holy moly, as they say in some parts of Arbroath, actually. That originated in Arbroath, that saying.
Not in
I seen that today, mate. Aye. It was in a fortune cookie. It was, wasn't it?
Is that a fact
The fortune cookie was at. Do you know where the fortune cookie was invented?
Arbroath?
No, genuinely, right? Do you know?
I
do not know.
San Francisco.
San Francisco.
Is that?
It's not even a Chinese
I was
thing.
going to say New York or something. Thought it would be like an American thing.
Aye,
Do you know
aye.
where the chicken tikka masala was invented?
Scotland.
G-Town, baby.
G-Town. Shettleston.
Was that
No, sorry bro, I've done you twice, sir. But aye, guys, we're back, and what a guest today, guys. Paul Doc is in the Gaff.
Buzzing.
Welcome, Paul.
Glad to be here. Thanks, boys.
No bother, mate, no bother. So, we were actually briefly talking off air about something that's class, I think, that I never even got today. A fucking paper round, man. Talk to us about the paper round.
Best ever.
Aye, you had a paper round.
We were bonding over paper rounds there, weren't we?
Aye, he told me I had 30 doors. I've got 60. I'm still doing it now.
Still keep it up. The
Still
longest
keeping it up.
ever
The
serving
longest
paper,
ever.
boy.
Longest ever. To be
What
honest,
age did you have a paper round at?
To about last week. No, till I was about fucking 15 or 16 or something. Man. I was
Aye.
pure minted for it though. I got pure ridiculous amount of money for it.
How
man.
does it?
Pure.
I know this sounds dumb. This sounds mega dumb, right? But like, how does it work? How does the money, like, literally, it's just like tips. For
Do you want
doing all
tips
that?
on how to start a paper round? Is this your new hustle?
Goes right. New sponsor, Paul Doc's paper round.
Imagine expecting like $5,000 a week or something for it, like just pure stack.
No, I had about a genuinely, this is going to sound like a pure bullshit fucking lie, but I had about $2,000 or something at one point. So fucking genuinely, I bought fucking all these mad things, North Faces. I bought a mad North Face. I bought fucking Xbox 360 at the time and all. Pure bought tons of stuff.
Just
But
for
I
the
saved
paper
up.
round?
It was for about a couple of months up to Christmas and New Year, and then obviously then they give cunts will just give you like £100 at a time and all
Aye.
shit,
What?
man. Saving up, man.
Where do you
Cunts-
live?
No,
If you go around all the
Does
areas
that
and all
happen?
shit,
no,
man.
that's what I was going to say. But
I'm not former paper boy butts in.
no, I'll object to
Actually,
this.
mate, no.
I'll object to this. No, but see, the best tipples, mate, it's like the worst areas, defo.
Worst
'cause
areas,
the-
defo, mate.
I
and
found that when I was doing
100%.
Just Eat, mate.
Actually,
You go to all the big gaffs.
Aye,
Shut the
nothing.
door, man. Fuck, cheers. Yeah, other gaff, there you go, pal.
You got a-
Always a tip, mate, in the
And-
working class areas.
at Christmas, it's like just these guys have been grafting away and all that. We get a wee bit extra dough at Christmas. Just in having a booze and enjoying ourselves. Like, yeah, mate, I've loved that paper. Oh, that paper's done me well.
One of the top 80 papers I've read, mate.
The best guns for tipping is like you come to the door and there's a guy covered in plaster. He's still wearing his worky stuff and he's
Yep.
like, he's fucking just whips through like 50, 60 quid or something.
They've
just
always
hands it,
got
man.
all sorts of cash on them and all, mate.
Well, not declared to the tax man money.
The cowboys, mate, always got a pure wad of cash on them, mate.
Just in a mad metal clip.
Aye, pure.
But that was the start of the hustle grind then. The
Start the hustle.
the
brother.
crypto
That
grind.
was where the grind set began.
It originated.
At
So-
an age of 2.
So was this in Claybank? You
Aye.
grew up in Claybank?
Claybank, Dundalk.
Duntoka, man. Do you know Claybank's an area that I've heard so much about? It's a famous area, but I've no ventured into Claybank a lot. I've been in the shopping centre, I think. Is there no a really good chippy in Claybank?
Like, it's a chippy that's a boat. It's on the canal.
There's a boat, a
It's
chippy
a boat
boat.
chippy. McGonagall's, aye.
a bippy.
Everyone knows what that's like. Anybody that goes to Claybank or anyone you mention Claybanks to is like, that's the one thing they bring up. There's like that in the fucking.
Does it get caught a shippy?
Don't fucking insult my. No, the
Cut.
Cut this out, Rachel.
there's a wee shopping centre as well. Like, everyone's been through the wee shopping centre or the old Playdrome at one point. Like, if you mention it, they'll always bring up some story like that to you. But
Aye.
it's a weird wee place because it's kind of big enough that there's so many folk there and everyone kind of knows what it is. But people go there for mad weird reasons.
I didn't realise it was so far away because I was thinking, see if there was anywhere else it's that far away for the city centre of Glasgow. It's a kind of weird place, but Clydebank's just similar to here.
It's a kind of weird place. Where's it? Name some weird places, mate. Let's
I don't
insult
know,
some people.
Irvine? Is that a weird place?
Irvine's like Irvine's further away than Clydebank, mate.
But not that much.
It's not that far.
That was 45 minutes, mate. That's a long drive.
Farewell.
Mabbit?
Oh, you're a bit, aye. If that the famous area.
Mabbit, you know, heard of Mabbit.
I haven't
There
done
is
that.
places, to be honest, outside like Glasgow where you go and it's like, see, with air and stuff like that. And you go air, even like Kelly and stuff like that. Even a wee bit beyond Clydebank, out to Helensburgh and all
Aye,
that.
Helensburgh.
Because that is where
So
where
you
it's like en route to, innit?
Milton and all that.
Aye.
Milton of Campsie.
And they're so different for here, but that will not even here because this is never near it. But like here, that's what I mean. It's about the same distance away from here, but Clydebank's for like.
Fella, what you gonna fucking say?
Normal people,
Finish your
and then
sentence.
I'm just slacking everybody else. But it's just like it's heavy similar to Glasgow in a way.
Is it no Glasgow?
No.
Oh, like people consider
it's-
it kind of Glasgow.
Aye,
It's
like it's considered the Glasgow,
Greater
but
Glasgow
it's
and
fucking miles
Clyde.
away. It's actual miles away, mate.
But I grown up in Clydebank, mate. I remember you actually told me. Did you know say? In some words or other, like you were a wee bit of a bam in school.
Aye. Well, I was for a while, man. Like back when you're like first year, second
Aye.
year, there was all the wee kind of bams. It was like, because Can I get
Trackies.
that? Trackies,
Bit
all
more
sorts of
trackies,
stuff, man. As I was saying, North Face for the paper round and all. I used to do a paper round where it was like a big loop. Me and my bra split it, and I would do the big loop, and then I'd pass the boys at the shop, and I'd just be like, "Here, fucking 20 quid or whatever, give them money on the Friday or whatever that I'd collected," and then they would jump in, get booze, and then I'd fucking go around the whole paper round, come back up, drop my stuff off, and then come back out and join them and get a drink and
Get a
everything. So,
well-deserved drink.
aye.
If they are
That sounds like a
hard
proper business, man. Like
It's
a
not
proper
bad,
like
man, right?
organisation. You ever thought about selling drugs, no?
organised crime.
comment.
No comment. Next question.
So, see when you were in school, like I think I've asked like Sean, Ben, everybody that's come on that makes sort of videos and that. Were you ever inclined to do that, like at a young age? Because I remember making like editing wee daft videos, and looking back, I thought it was just something daft I was doing. But looking back now, it's like that must have been a wee hang in my head that I enjoyed making these wee videos and that. Were you ever into that? And like maybe towards the end of school?
No, I didn't do any editing stuff or anything. I don't know. I did pure piss about in school and to have a mad laugh and all that. Like, I did all the kind of stuff. Like I think Sean and Ben and all are all the same as well. When it was like you took the piss in school, but I didn't actually have any like editing or fucking idea of that stuff at the time. Nah.
That's interesting.
Were you started doing like obviously you're like an illustrator? Were you doing that back then?
I done art obviously in school, and then I kind of dropped doing it for a while, and then I went back to it later on. But I don't know. I didn't get any grades for school, to be honest. I think I got a maths and a biology or something like that, just two random things that I was decent at the time.
I hated that shit, mate. Biology was like, see, biology to me, I think I'd done like Int 2 biology, right? And it felt to me like doing French, right? But then also having to learn things in French. That's what biology was like to me.
Because it's another language.
Because it's so many words like for blah blah blah, synthesis and fida furu and all that. Do you know what I mean? You know that one. It was bizarre to me, mate. I could not grasp biology, but you had it, mate.
I enjoyed it, mate. See, drawing wee fucking diagrams and all stuff. That's just about like.
Cells.
So you didn't do art?
No, I done art as well.
Ah, right, okay.
But that's the thing, is there's certain things I could kind of click with if I liked it. I liked maths because it was like a wee game. Like, I don't know, I said to you, I've got like ADHD or whatever, so it was pure like, if there's something I like, then I do it.
It's
and
a
then if
focus.
there's something I can't be fucked with, then I just don't do it at all, kind of thing. So I could kind of focus on them. And even art at the time, I couldn't really focus on art. I enjoyed doing it, but didn't really do that well in school or anything.
What annoyed me about art in school was like when they started talking about like writing essays on paintings and shit.
Talking about it,
not doing it.
Even mentioning it to Jamie was enough.
I left school when I was like genuinely 13.
I love the
14.
picture of you like just not even in an art class,
Uneducated
just like walking through the art department and hearing like a classroom like they need to do essays. Oh, I'm out of here.
No, that's me going, mate. I'm going to smoke a bucket in the park. Sorry.
Is that where it went for that moment?
For that moment.
Are you telling me though that you like the drawing part? Do you
Aye.
want to do a wee drawing for us now then? Show
Give
us
me
your
a
skills.
Do you like drawing?
I fucking love drawing. I do actually. I used to want to be an illustrator and then none. That's what I wanted to be when I was a wee guy.
You wanted to
or
be like
a
me?
cartoonist.
That's
aye.
what you're
That's
saying.
You
what I
want to be
wanted
Paul Doc?
I wanted to be.
Join the queue.
When I was like 6, like, what do you want to be when you're older? My thing keeps. I've cunt called Paul Doc. I don't know. I don't know about this person, but that's what.
I don't know who he
That's
is.
the vibes I'm getting now, miss.
Aye, but fucking. So obviously you done like your illustrations sort of thing, and then that's actually turned into a bit of a business for you, hasn't it? Like you were obviously showing us some stuff before we come on there for the Margarita company and that. Is that something you want to keep pushing out there? Your art? Are you still focused on that?
Yeah, to be honest, it's one of the things I like the most. That's the reason I was doing all the stuff in the first place. Like when I made all kind of videos and stuff like that, it was supposed to be just animations that turned into animations.
Right.
So I filmed all this stuff and I was like, I'm going to make just like fucking dub these together and put animation over it all and then just put the voice kind of thing through it.
Right.
But then ended up just not really getting into it at the time and then putting them out and then they worked themselves kind of thing. But I've never really wanted to stop doing art or anything because I think it's one of these things, it's like, it's a fun thing to do and it's something I'd rather be doing on the side because you can just do it yourself. You don't need to fucking have a whole team of people around and you can just be your own individual thing. But
and it's
it's fun to do, man.
It's like it must be like I imagine like must be like quite therapeutic almost doing it. You know what I mean?
Also, the things like see how sometimes I look at like fucking seeing Instagram and all that stuff. You go through. Sorry, I cut you off there, man. You go through like Instagram there that you can. like you see all these different artists that do stuff in different ways, and you're like, ah, fuck, man, like pure inspires you. You see something, and you're like, oh, I could do that in that style, or do some kind of style like that, or use different colours, or paint.
Yeah.
And it's fun to just do things in fucking tons of different ways, paint stuff. Like, what I used to do is just like, I don't really contain myself to one thing. Like, I'll take photos, I'll edit stuff, I'll do digital stuff, I'll paint things. I can't really be bothered sticking to one thing. I'll make wee models. I like wee fucking cutting things up and
so all different. It's not even just like a drawing for you. It's like all aspects of the art almost.
It's like conveying. Well, somebody told me at one time. They said it's like conveying an idea through a medium.
Right.
So it doesn't need to just be drawing. It can be fucking 3D things. It can be whatever.
Bringing things to life. Kind of.
Photographed or collage or whatever kind of stuff. So as long as you're conveying an image or an idea through it, then it can be done anyway.
And I guess that, see, even just the kind of seed that got planted in your head, like, I'm going to make, like, do all these illustrations and make it into an animation, and it's going to go like this. Do you think that fed into you starting to make videos, just recording yourself and talking and that? Do you think it was the same process in your brain?
Mate, it's like it's playing around with things and experimenting with stuff and seeing what ways you can manipulate stuff to go in different ways, because that's even the thing where, like, I was saying to you about Davey Swappaz. Like, I love Davey Swappaz, does about like piece and pound coins and all that stuff. Right? His animations. But when I started making videos pure years ago, I used to put tons just in Snapchat, just to my pals and that, and it was like, you don't actually need to say anything that's real. You can just pure make up a character on the spot, and then you can fuck around with it for ages, and then get that and that's really like, and even with Davey Swappaz and all, he kind of just turns it into like a pure fantasy world and all. So the character doesn't even need to exist in the real world kind of stuff. So once you've got that, and you can kind of break all the rules, you can just be like, fucking, what can I do with this? How can I play around with everything? How can I just play with everything kind of thing?
That's interesting you say that, but like, sort of that things no even needing to make sense, because it is a bit of art, do you know what I mean? And I think like people, when they're making videos, should actually keep that in their mind. Like, your video literally, like, people maybe make videos and think, how can I make this as real as possible, when you don't need, doesn't actually not need to make sense. You're not making like a TV series, it doesn't actually need to all add up. Some of the best things are the daftest things. Like, look at Lemmy. Like, a lot of Lemmy stuff is like, you can't even actually explain why it's so funny, but it's just the way he does something, or the way a guy's come in and said something pure randomly. Like, that's like, it's on mad nuances almost, isn't it?
You don't need to like build a character for the people. It's just like that, what they're doing in that moment's funny kind of thing. That's what happens with a lot of like the new, like even like cartoonists and all that. Like, we were talking about Davey Swappaz, and you were saying that he'd done a full episode in Adventure Time, which is like the pure pinnacle of just not like no nonsense. 'Cause obviously they've got their kind of things at the day, and have you seen that?
Mate, I remember, have I seen Adventure Time? Mate, I remember, right, like being young, and like when I first started smoking green and that, and I remember like people being like, mate, you need to watch this and that, right? And I'd be like, what is it? They'd be like, it's a cartoon, mate. And I'd be like, I want to watch Pineapple Express or something. Total stoner, you know. And then they were like, no, get baked, watch Adventure Time, right? And I remember doing it, and like it was like, it's like the first time you listen to like Dark Side of the Moon or something. It's like a pure what? But it's so good, man. It's actually so good.
That's it. Another thing as well, similar, that Midnight Gospel, Joseph. Is it? I don't know.
Is
that. Because you like that as well, don't you?
Same animator. Because it's Duncan Trussell, isn't it?
Aye. Same. Must be same animator.
There's I think there's a guy, Jesse Moynihan, and I think he's maybe involved in both. He's one of the big animators on it. But see the thing with that though, that's like I think that's heavy good, because all the animators on it are some of the best animators going around, and some of the best illustrators going around at the moment. And with Midnight Gospel, they essentially got free reign just to be like, fucking make what you want. And you can see that in the show, because it's like they've enjoyed making it, they've done something creative, and it might maybe not be to everyone's taste in certain ways, whatever, and it's pure mental, but all the animation is fucking on point. Like,
it's amazing.
Obviously, all the things like, see, we like there's a lot of comedy animation things out at the moment, like Rick and Morty and stuff, and they have a style, but sometimes there's not too many moving parts. It's like a kind of flat screen with something going. It's cool, it's funny, but with Midnight Gospel, it's like hundreds of things going at the one time.
Do you think, right, being boys of the ADHD, do you think your brain feeds off that constantly? There's always something happening in the background and that. Do you think that, like,
it's good having like other shit to kind of keep you off? It's weird, because it's like, it could be distracting for a lot of people, but it's
Right.
like, see, just because it's like you've got a mad overload of information, it's like it just keeps you.
Oh, aye, you're never
Overall.
like, your attention's never really. As you're saying, like with the like Rick and Morty, it's like flat and that. Whereas, so it might be a bit mundane, not mundane to watch, but like it might be a bit harder visually to keep yourself occupied. Whereas like Midnight Gospel and that is like there's so much shit happening at once. It's like you can't take
It's
your
so
eyes
like
off it.
stimulating, know what I mean?
Aye.
Like you can just
I
keep.
do feel like I've watched it maybe most of the episodes maybe like twice over kind of thing, and it's like sometimes even points I was like maybe my phone buzzed, I looked at my phone for a second and I was like, I've missed so much stuff, I need to rewind this back.
Aye, mate, aye. And you always notice new shit when you watch it, even if you
Aye.
watch it again and again, because it's like got all
Aye.
this shit going on. But the reason I mentioned Adventure Times, because that Davey Swapaz guy done a full episode of that, like animated it all, voiced it all and
For
shit.
them?
Aye.
That's mad,
He
isn't it?
just told me that there. That's
What, he's Scottish?
Scottish, aye.
Fuck, that's mad, isn't it?
mental in it.
That's like a huge.
One of the
Show?
biggest cartoons in the world, genuinely.
Aye. Is it
I
still
could-
going?
Nah.
They ended it, aye.
Have they?
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Rest in peace, my brother. But I mean, how did we go for like the animations in that to the Hot Boy flicks? How did we get there? Because I remember, right, just like when I remember the first time I seen your videos in that, and it was just kind of you just being like just recording your face and being like, I'm going to leather you, you know? Like, but it was so. This is why I was talking about the nuances, because it's like there's things that, like, say for example, like, say there's videos that you can explain why they're funny. You're like, this guy walks in and he says this, and then this guy says
There's
something
a
back to
punchline
him.
and shit.
But then there's shit that's like, your shit is very clever, and like the way you like time what you say, and like the way you zoom in and then say it, and like it's like an unexplainably funny thing. And I think that's so interesting in your videos, like, because they don't even need to be long. They can literally be 15 seconds and they're so funny. Was that like always what you were doing? See, like when you started them, was it always just wee short sort of things at first?
Well, I done a ton of Snapchat stuff where I used to just do like literally like 10 seconds, find something funny, like a wee fucking trick or something in my work or something to film. And then ended up expanding it to just doing a kind of character thing for a while when I was in Dundee, just doing that. But I was kind of enjoying doing that because it was like those, it seemed to be like, see those pure glake at YouTube fucking like YouTuber kind of folk where they're like so enthusiastic about something,
Aye.
but there's nothing behind their eyes.
Aye.
That was the kind of thing, man. Like, see the unboxing videos and what you get where like somebody's like so enthusiastic and they're trying to act as if they're so
Aye, and you can
What's
tell it's
going on,
actually-
guys?
Aye.
and they're just doing that stuff, and it seemed as if there was something pure so empty about those people the way they done stuff, man. Like, there was something that they were just chasing and you could see it in their eyes, but you couldn't, like, the way they were acting was a different way, man. And I was trying to do that with the eyes where it's like you look pure, there's a pure weird desperation in it, there's something pure panic, and as
Like
if
a
you
call
zoom
for
in
help.
and there's nothing behind there, you know.
Aye,
I was
you
kind
can
of
actually
get
see
that,
it.
but
The eyes never lie, as they say. The eyes never lie. But that's mad. Like, obviously, like when you started doing the videos and you're saying, because obviously you were saying before about like it being like character, like it's just a wee character and can I play about with it and that. But like, see for that, like, because I was wondering, have you always been sort of known as being funny? You know what I mean? Like, see, did you always know you were actually funny? Because this is like a weird thing, because you get people in school that are like, everybody knew them as the funny guy in that. Was that always you? Like, were you confident in that, putting the videos out that like, I think this is going to be good?
No, really. Like, I think I've kind of changed so much over the last while. Like, I think every couple of years I change, and I feel like I do something different.
Aye.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like when I was in school, I felt like I was kind of maybe alright funny. I wasn't that funny kind of thing, but I think I took myself pure serious as fuck. Like, I think there was a point where I was just pure
The
like,
paper round, mate, it would do that to you.
it changes you, brother. No, but like even just like later on in school and all that stuff, I just felt like I was pure somebody that took myself quite seriously. And then I kind of, when I left school, I was like, I don't know, I like smoked and I was pure. I just took things pure so seriously. I think I hit myself at different time periods, and I just wasn't like,
What was going on?
like what was going on. I look at myself at that time period and I just wasn't like happy or anything kind of thing about stuff. And then there was a point after a while where I was like, I like just being kind of ridiculous, just being silly about stuff, you know. And then that's kind of thing, like, so you do also meet people that are like pals at school. I was out with my pals just like 2 weekends back. One of the boys was like pure, mate, you're only funny in school. That's the thing. You're not funny, man. And it's funny here because I'm like, no, it's like funny. I get it, man. Because I'm like, I wasn't. Like, I don't think I was, and I'm like, to be honest, I don't even think like just. Like, I'm not going to talk up the stuff I do now in that way, but it's like, it is funny to hear when somebody says that, because you're like, they're being honest about it, and it's not an offensive thing they're meaning in it, but it's funny to hear somebody turn around to you and going, mate,
you were a heavy dob on school, man. Like, what's
I fucking hated you, man. Fucking hell, man. How you been, bro?
Aye, that's like the people that come up to you and they're like, I've seen your videos. They're alright. They're alright, I've seen a few of them.
Do you get that? Do you get that a lot?
Aye, occasionally, man. I think it's funny when somebody says that, man, and it's kind of like, alright, saying what you said. It's not even like I'm bored by it. I think it is funny when somebody says to you, oh, here, I don't think your videos are funny, by the way, but can I get a photo because my pal likes you or something? And you're like, I don't care. What the fuck?
I feel like it's a weird thing because, like, I don't know why people feel compelled to, like, come up and, like as if they're like a critic or something. Yeah, look, I watched your stuff and I'm gonna be honest, the start was pretty flat. And you're like, mate, I'm in a bar now, like, why you tell me this? Like, it's bizarre that people think like their opinion is that like why would you think in your if I seen a football player, right? Mikey Johnson, you know about my relationship with Mikey Johnson. It's not good, Mikey. I'm sorry, it's just not happening for us at the moment, right?
Watch the podcast,
and I'm sorry, Mikey, but it's just not me and you. It's just not clicking. And I forgot why I even mentioned Mikey Johnson.
Have you seen him out and about?
If I seen Mikey Johnson, I'm going to be like, look, mate, right, sit down.
Because you've never
obviously seen you playing that. Don't think it's really. I would just be like, there's Mikey Johnson, alright, let him get on with his night. It's so weird.
It's as if some people can't be seen enjoy something.
It's like cringy to enjoy
I don't
something.
want to show this person I've enjoyed something that they've done. Do you know what I mean? It's like a mad weird complex in their head, like, no, I need to be the one that's like, do you know what I mean? It's a strange thing, man.
It's like, maybe it's like I've noticed it happens when, like, see if like people see a few people going up to you, they're like, I need to fucking bring this cunt down a peg. That is what it is. It's a power thing, I think.
Aye, a power
We're talking about power, mate, before.
Power moves, brother.
Power's everywhere. Michel Foucault. Search it.
True, brother.
It's Paul Doc's manifesto. Power plays.
The game of power's always been played, mate, and if you're not playing it, you're losing.
That is true.
That's what I think.
That is true.
So
follow for more.
Inspirational quote.
Put some intense music behind that bit.
Aye, but mate, we had to talk about the fucking hot boy flex, and obviously we've got the king of the hot boy flex. Did you see Lemmy hot boy flexing? What do you think of that? Pretty controversial. When I first seen it, I was like, that's Paul Doc. That's what I was thinking. Do you want to call out Lemmy on the podcast, Paul?
Do you know what, man? I don't want that beef. No,
clip that, Joseph. Paul Doc calls out Lemmy. Oh, we've got him here.
I don't, the music's
so what we want to do is, right, Paul.
I love that wee bit at the end, man. That's so
what we want to do is, right, we've obviously got the king of the hot boy flex. Can we pause this for 1 second, right? I want to just ask Paul before we begin, what makes, in your opinion, what makes the perfect hot boy flex? What kind of ingredients do we need in the
Hot
do we
boy
need the
cake.
hands?
You need the hands, you need the licking the lips.
Oh yeah.
You do need to look away, and then you need to look back.
Aye, like
And
hard
then
to
give a wee
get.
laugh, like.
Fuck's sake. Right, so maybe a wee laugh.
So what we have here, right? You've obviously told us the ingredients to the perfect hot boy flex. So what we've done is
It's all confidence and all, man.
Aye.
You need to have full confidence.
we've collected a bunch of hot boy flexes,
God,
right?
nice.
And we want you to kind of maybe rate them out of 10 or
Because
something.
as you're the king,
Or we could maybe we'll give them a wee rate and give your opinion on them, I
let's do it.
suppose. So
and we'll get a prince of the hot boy flex after this, as Paul's the king.
Aye, we'll get how it fucking should be done after this. So first off, we've got obviously Kaz Milligan's best pal, Mark Hamilton here.
Okay.
And just obviously what
I'm not a fan of this one, alright, because it seems as if like they're trying to pretend that they're having too much of a laugh with it already.
but really
like,
that's
like they know that it's a joke and they're kind of like looking good or whatever, but they're having too much of a laugh with it already. Like one of the guys walks off as if, oh, I'm not involved in this kind of thing, joking. You're like, no,
you put
commit.
the iron on your shop,
You
mate,
need
just
to
get
commit to it, like full on commit. Aye,
So that's
it's too playful.
That's
It's not,
Too playful, not hot
it's
enough.
not serious enough.
He's not taking the whole
no committing to it.
I think if you're going to
insulting the game.
I think if you're going to get your shirt ironed and that for this, you might as well take it seriously.
What? So do you think they're not even going out? This is like they've got ready to do this.
TikTokers do that, brother.
Mate, that's the TikTok life, bro.
Does that happen?
I'm never dressed, bro.
Would you rank it at 10?
Aye.
I guess a 10.
Get it right.
I'm gonna have to give it a low rating.
Aye,
Honest,
aye.
I'm gonna give it a 5 or probably a 5. It's not the worst, but
Aye.
Aye.
they need to commit more.
Right,
Definitely.
So that's the advice to this young man.
Right, we've got a few more. Right, next hot boy flex is Brian Lemmy.
Brian Lemon. I heard of this.
I've never said it like that. Oh.
What's your initial thoughts here?
He has
That's
got
good. It's a good style.
What is
Oh, I like this and all.
He looks sad. He looks sad at the end.
a roller
It's
coaster
just-
of emotions. That
Aye,
was.
it's the switching of emotions, the wee wink, the cheekiness of it,
Aye.
and the changing up for the rubbing the chin to into the dance moves.
My favourite
I like
move
it,
is
aye.
this one.
Aye.
Like, I don't even know how he thought of that.
But he's got the looking away.
I
He's
do
got
love
the
it,
up in the
man.
chin.
We were, aye.
So he's ticking a few boxes in
He
it.
is taking a few of the key ingredients you did give. So what would you give this out of 10, would you say, Paul?
It's a high scorer. It's a high scorer.
Couldn't be much better.
But the one thing is that I think the real true hot boy flex has to be like a real fucking 100% commitment.
Right.
Right.
See, like, he's
Serious.
kinda, he's having a laugh at us.
He's having a laugh. It's great. It's good, man. But it's just
He's mastered it well.
He's mastered it.
tongue in cheek.
The thing,
Aye,
the problem with
mastered
this,
it
the problem
tongue-in-cheek.
with this hot boy flex is you would never think this was a real thing. Whereas yours, if you didn't know you and you just randomly came across you, you'd be like, this guy could be serious. So I think you maybe need to deduct a few points for that.
So have we
Wait,
got
what are you thinking?
Maybe an 8 or a 9.
Aye, I would say I would agree, an 8 or an 8. It's very funny.
an 8.5. An 8.5 for
We were obviously like, we were just talking about like, obviously we can't play the song, it's Flowers by, and we're just like, let's think of the lyrics. I can't buy you flowers, I'll give you good wood though. Like imagine like getting in for your work and we're like, look, fuck Valentine's Day, no, birthday, like look, fuck, I couldn't get you flowers, my card, I lost my card, I will however give you good wood though.
and that's a promise.
He's a romantic.
RD is
Yeah,
very
yes.
romantic.
Romantic man.
Because I mean, who doesn't want a good bit of timber?
A good bit of the mahog.
So we've got more coming up here.
We've got a few more hot boy flexes coming up, and this is
this is a hot boy masterclass.
This better be genuine. Fucking.
hot
you know,
boys.
you know the best thing is, I know what
boys.
these last ones are, and I think Paul, from my experience on TikTok, this guy's being actually 100% serious. So let's go.
Oh yes.
We're even serious.
Is
So
this
that-
the one?
So we've got the lawnmower.
Oh, I like that. Oh, he's got a fault.
I still think he's joking a bit.
Bro, this
Come on
guy
up
is
here.
not joking. Mate, I've been on a TikTok live with this guy. He's 100% serious. Right, we've got another one of Adams.
Yeah, he's good at it. Mate, he puts in more physical effort than the rest.
Paul, you need to look at this.
I like the pouting.
Paul, he
but
started on all fours, mate. He started the video on all fours. And he's obviously selling a bit of love there. He's not just in it for the good wood, though. You know what I mean? He will actually bring you flowers, I think. That's what he's saying there.
Andy has got the sickest haircut at the end of the day. It's been a bit.
That cut is superb, man.
So final
I
verdict.
think the hot boy image is needed though for the hot boy flex. I think you really do need the
To be hot.
the fade.
All right, aye. You can't be like He's obviously, this is a man who takes care of his hair.
It's.
I found one on the same sound.
Right.
I'm just going to play that one.
I want a real.
It
The real
says,
deal.
Girls, if you had a son, would you let him date someone like you?
Yes, this is what we want. Alright.
Yeah, that's
right,
not real.
okay, right.
Right, okay.
Oh, yes. Oh, the wee hint. Oh, the wee point. The wee point. That's the point as well.
And that's assertive, isn't it?
And this is a real 100% serious hot boy flex.
So he licks his lips, he looks up and then away, and then he rubs his hair, and then he does a point. He does a wee hand signal as well.
He does those like.
As
what?
if you fucking know I'm hot.
Yeah.
I think the one before that, but was more like, what? What's going on?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
This is 100. This is like
There's not an ounce of humour intentionally in that, right? That is all serious. That is why that is like the official thing. That is the real deal, which makes it even funnier, man.
is this the modern day version of like having like a 6-pack and getting a picture on holiday? Is this like the now the boys that like went to the gym all year and then like for one they're just like, but it happens now in Ocean Beach and they're all just like
It's
it's the tensing, but I love how this is still playing.
Do you know how with this stuff and all though is that this is the stuff that Americans used to do this stuff all the time. Like Americans are the only people that would have done that in the past, maybe like 10 years ago or something like that. They were all up for just like showing off and doing this kind of stuff, and it slowly crept over to Britain. Like, see if you done that like 7-8 years ago over here, you would get fucking terrorised for
that's
it.
kind of, it's a wee bit off topic, but that's kind of like the death of the proper Ned, innit? Like, there's no proper Neds anymore.
There's nobody to go in leather cunts for just doing
like
things like
gold
that.
chains, like
Do you remember when?
trackies and
Do you
that,
remember?
it's all
See when you were in?
cunts now.
See when you were in school, was it? Oh, here we've got another one.
Oh, I love these ones.
Italian looking one.
Why is it all
Oh, that's
like?
an e-boy.
Oh no, I love the e-boy ones. Are the funniest ones.
Never. Oh my god! I've just read the caption, man.
What does it say? Someone like eat off.
Oh my god.
Frankie Kokoza.
Some of
rubbing
these,
it
you know,
up.
some people do these, and it's very good satire. But this is not. This is.
So we didn't get a rating for the last one.
The last one I would say has to be about a 10 or so. Right?
Oh,
It has to be
the
a 9
last
or
guy
has to be a 9 at least. Right? I'd say
Aye.
at least a 9, and it's up there. Alright.
The last
This
guy
one-
looked like me if I just didn't beat that disease when I was like 4 or 5.
That one there is enthusiastic, but I do like those. See when it's the kind of those kind of e-boy types. The day is the funny shit, man. They're hilarious.
Have you seen the ones that they do their hair and they put like clips in it and they like blow dry it and then they pull the clips out and they're just like that, but they're
Aye.
so pale and they've got curly bangs and shit. Like,
What have you found? What have you found?
What's this guy got?
This guy's a wave beard.
Look at the wave beard. That beats a pube fade any day, mate.
Let's see.
Oh my.
Oh my god, he's shagging it.
Wait, what is he? What is he shagging? A chair?
The air?
No, it's a chair. He's at least he's grinding against something. If it was mid-air
know-
would be actually more acceptable, I think.
Do you know what's
Aye,
even
'cause
funny
he's-
in all of this, right? Is he says R.I.P. to me at the end, and then at the end of it, he kind of leans back, and it's as if it's funny. He's made an arse of himself.
Look,
no.
I'm playful. I'm hot, but also I make mistakes. Also, I do have some flaws.
I'm human too. But what is that supposed to attract?
What is the wave beard supposed to attract? Flies?
Sea creatures.
Mate, that must be murder.
What was that? No, wait. Do you know the best guy to bring up? What was the guy that done the Scottish guy, and he had the CEO of Grey Joggies? What was that guy? Mine.
What's his name?
And he was like big kind of tanky boy. He is actually like the fucking.
He is
Hot
the
Boy
OG
Flexer.
of Hot
He's
Boy
the
Flex. We need to try and-
OG of Scottish Hot Boy
That's like
Flexing.
the CEO of
I think try Google it. We'll keep talking, but try Google it and tell us if you find it.
See,
But
because he's like fucking. Oh my god, that boy is funny as fuck, man.
is he? Is it on
He's
TikTok?
Scottish. He's on TikTok.
unironically
and he
funny.
goes,
Type it in on TikTok,
no,
mate,
like,
you might find it.
genuine. He's been so serious about it, and he's like, he's like the new Daniel Ewan Henderson. He's kind of like
He was the
like, he's a
original
guy-
hot boy, mate. Shout Daniel.
Genuinely, man.
Free invite to the
the
podcast.
original.
He was
Daniel
like the OG
Henderson.
hot. It was.
his name.
No, that's a different guy. Mind he used to like do things and it was pure, babe. I don't care if you're on your period. I still love you. It was
that
like
was madness,
It was
that
like, but it would never.
He's still going.
I
He's still
know.
going.
He's calmed it down a bit, I think. But he was going full pelt for a while. Most of it, like, it was bizarre, mate.
Do you know what's the best thing about it as well, right? Is if you go, he's got a Facebook and that, and it's still going. He still does the videos and that, right? But all the people that comment are just like 40-year-old American moms.
Mate, I was literally
It's
gonna
all
say that.
American moms
Mate,
that are
it's
just
me.
like, they just comment with tons of love hearts and they're like, you're a big lovely boy.
A big lovely.
They say shit like that, they're like, oh, I would love if I met you. They're like married fucking moms in
Aye.
America, and they just love him. They think he's the best.
The
It's so
husband
good.
works all the
Aye.
time down at the power plant.
He was
My husband works long hours at the power plant. And I want me a good Scotch boy.
Scotch. He was a fucking wild character, that cunt. I
Aye.
forgot all about
I was
that.
gonna
Pure
say
lot of
that
memories in my brain.
Because
now,
it's so funny, right? That like
nobody in Scotland, like, see when he was kicking about and he was getting hundreds of attention. Like, I remember he was very like viral. Like, everybody knew him at the time, but no Scottish lasses were like, oh, like, this is what I'm into. But it just shows like sort of American culture's quite cringy in general. So that's like a pure. People love that shit. Know what I mean?
Do you know think what he was like a mad incel character, but like because he was he at the start of the mad nice boys get nothing kind of thing.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? That's a crossover in it a wee bit. It's kind of like all the like.
That is what I would treat. Do you know what they call? Do you know what they call that? A pick me boy.
Pick me boy.
Aye.
Yeah. That's like
it's like, oh, you probably won't like me. I'm just a nice guy. And I just don't get. You know, one day I'll find a girl who just likes a nice guy.
That like. Obviously, if she's seen me in the library, she would just go to the club straight after and pick like someone who goes to the gym or something. But like, I just sit in the library.
I don't like have like the perfect like gym board or anything, you know. But I'm like a nice guy inside.
I would bring you flowers and shit wood though.
And I've got great banter. It's always with the banter.
You know, we can just stay in and have a pizza tonight. We don't need to go to the club. It's kind of shit like that.
And watch scary movies.
I just want someone I can have get like a dog and have a pizza and watch a scary movie with.
Those one gamer girls. Those one gamer girls, didn't they? That's another one. Just sitting and play FIFA with your bird, man.
Have you ever had a haircut? No. You should really get that seen to. And I know that just the place for you to go. Myles & Co. Barbers, Byres Road, 261 in the heart of the West End, baby. Well, no better place to get your hair cut. Beautiful people watching. You know, what a place that West End is, guys. We all know it. We all love it, baby. Get down there, get a fade. Tell them Reilly's Gaff sent you. And you're getting money off. All we do is just save you guys money. We should start charging for this, but maybe that would be counterproductive for you and us. But aye, guys, get down to Myles & Co. Mention Reilly's Gaff. You get money off your haircut. If you're booking it through the Booksy app, which you can book it through online, I know you tech wizard kids like to use all your online services, don't like talking. I'm not phoning them. Fuck that. I'm not phoning. So go to the Booksy app, write Reilly's Gaff in the notes when you're booking a haircut. You'll get money off. And you can also just phone them and book the good old fashioned way if you've got a bit about you. You know what I mean? Joseph nodding a bit. This is a man who phones into the barber. Do you walk in?
I walk in.
I knew it.
They never let me in. They always say come back next week.
You just never get a haircut. There you go, guys. So yeah, get down to Myles & Co. Tell them Reilly's Gaff sent you. Save yourself some money. Cheers. Here comes the money. Here we go. Money talks. Here comes the money. Money. That could be you if you join Investor Watch UK. Guys, Investor Watch, a very dear sponsor in our hearts. Going to be working with them well into the future. I can see it now. Know why I can see it? Because I'm in their Telegram group and they've been telling me about it. I seriously have been learning so much from them. Crypto, shares, currencies, you name it. These are proven guys, proven track records. So if you want to get into that, a bit of passive income, maybe could be your full income. Join Investor Watch UK. You're getting a month free in the description. Go down, see their stuff, click the link. Thank you, guys. Collection 26. Did you like that? I liked it. You can see I'm wearing my Spooky Island hoodie. And you know they've been here for day one. It's Collection 26, man. Beautiful sponsors. From day one they've been here. The originals. How could we ever? I couldn't imagine Reilly's Gaff without Collection 26 at this point, you know. Joseph nodding, Joseph agrees. So, guys, as always, you know the drill. When you're ordering from Collection 26 at the checkout, code Reilly's Gaff, you're getting 10% off. It's coming up to Christmas. Remember what I was saying about your wee granny? She's getting cold. It's getting colder outside. It was snowing the other day. You don't want her walking down the road confused, no where she's going, and she's freezing. Provide that warmth by buying her a Collection 26 hoodie, and you know, use the code. Make sure you do, because if there's one thing your granny would take even more than not having a hoodie, it's that you didn't get it at its best possible price. So yeah, guys, go and check their stuff out. All their info is in the description. Cheers. Paul, actually, before I forget, we were talking about, you must be familiar with the Glasgow Circles.
Glasgow Circles, 100%. Mate, that's the thing is, I feel like I was the one.
You said a bit too familiar with
it. Was you.
I thought this room was fucking. I recognised this place. I knew
Dirty
it.
business. Who's been sucking who, mate?
Who's been sat in here? Mate, I think it's an extortion racket. That's what I think, man. That's conspiracy theories right now.
Get a green
so?
screen in.
Because why would it be free?
No, this is what I don't get right. Here's what's fishy to me. Why have they followed all of us? Do they think that we want to do
Because-
that?
They want to get money off you after they
Extort.
But why have they followed like our group of pals?
I've just realised what I was thinking you was.
to go out because they're famous.
I was thinking you were saying it was a money laundering thing. I've just realised extortion, like your face, my face that I sent to them.
Bro, I'll
would
send
be-
them a video. I'll upload it on my story, mate.
Aye, mate, that is so true.
No.
Actually, that's a good shout.
I was like, fucking popped up, right? Like, me and Sean and all seen it, right? And it popped up. I seen it. Some mad guy had fucking tweeted about it or something. He'd like, look at this account. It followed me, right? But it was somebody that I just followed. Didn't really have that many, like, didn't really pop up. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Checked it out, looked at it. And I was like, this is so funny, this is mental. So I fucking got it and I linked it to fucking Sean and Ben and all, and I was sending it to everyone. I was like, oh my god, you just need to see this thing. I sent it to tons of our pals, and then just fucking, it started following all of us because we all started tweeting about it. I think it was funny.
Right.
And then it started following all of us, and then everyone started being like, what the fuck's this? And we were all tweeting and quote tweeting all and all that shit.
They probably
And then
went on to, like,
they were
tweets
like,
and-
fuck it, we can just follow this thing. But
Aye.
it's weird as fuck, man. But as you were saying to Mark, there was cunts who thought it was me. Every cunt kept asking me about it, and I was like, no. I just think it's fucking
It
so
sounds like the
boy
hilarious.
who
sounds
cried
like you-
wolf, mate.
aye,
The boy who
sounds like-
scalped bodies.
Sounds like you've got the word out there. Sounds like you've got a lot of people followed off it and that.
I know, I probably got some boys extorted or something.
Mate, that actually makes perfect sense. I thought it was an elaborate bam up.
Is this an offshoot of your paper round, your extortion
My
business?
extortion, mate. Aye.
The boys that jumped
They
into the
walk
shop
into
for
the-
you.
You blackmail them into work, then work for your paper round? Hey, you've all got to make money, do you know what I mean?
$2,000.
It's that grind set. But mate, it's the same thing with, like I was saying to Sean and Ben with Bears in a Big Blue House, right? When I first started listening to that, 3 episodes in, I'm like, these cunts are stupid as fuck. Like, and then I realised it was too funny to be a joke. I kind of feel like that's no too funny to be a joke, too funny to be serious. And I kind of feel like Glasgow Circles is too funny. Like, it's pure. We were talking about it. It's like drop your trousers, boxers.
For the darkroom sucking experience.
It's like too funny.
Aye.
It's overly descriptive as
And
well.
It says like my suckles.
With Bears House.
Aye.
I was on that, do you know what I was on?
What?
No way.
I was on an episode pure ages ago.
Where? What?
I would say I came on as a character fucking like maybe like a year and a half ago or something, but it was before it exploded heavy,
Right.
like heavy big or whatever. But I went on, done a character, and then they'd asked me on to do it, and I recorded this thing, sent them it, and then I probably still got my
What was
phone,
it? What was the character?
It was a guy called something like Chucky Charles something. It was like a wee guy, a wee old Rangers fan who'd called in and was going mental. I think I was talking about maybe Myles Bierman or something like that. Can't remember. I said some daft thing, you're right. And then
That Beerman's no worth a fuck.
no, I think I was heavy bigging him up to
Oh,
play.
right, okay.
He's like, I think he's in off. Where's the face somewhere, isn't he? He's like
He's for like
Malta.
Malta or
Aye,
something.
Malta.
Aye.
Aye, something like that. But I was saying he should have been in the Scotland squad or all stuff like that. Some shit like that. But the thing was, is literally like fucking the next day after they put it up, I had about 6 or 7 people all message me and go,
Knew it was you?
"That's your voice in it. That's you or you, this guy." And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was just that.
Mate.
But then it went under the radar enough that when Bears House got pure massive and everyone was talking about it, nobody pulled it up and drawn it back to me at any point. So I was like, thank fuck I wasn't
Mate,
giving it away or whatever.
they asked me to be on it a lot. Do you know what the character's going to be?
Right.
The wheelchair bear Billy Doig. And I was going to be like a disabled like Rangers fan and talking about like access into stadiums and like I was doing the front. No, when it was,
The one
it was
that
going
get
to.
crushed
Aye,
at the-
that was going to be me,
Billy
mate.
Day, right.
And then I don't know why I never ended up doing it. I can't remember why I never done it, but I was mine day like jumped on the shed
Aye,
and it.
Dundee or
I
something?
was meant to have like been in the wheelchair bit and I was meant to have been crushed and all that and I was going to come on and talk about it and I never done it though. But
That's mad, man.
what could have been
What could have been?
with the wheelchair bear?
The amount of part that came out, that's fucking mental.
Unbelievable. It's funny, like obviously the new
Can I find it? I always try to watch it.
Oh, it's done.
Oh, they've deleted the account
Why?
because
I don't like football, so I'm just
no,
gonna-
cause like they work in mad places and like people who are pissed off
I get it.
send it as like sectarianism.
But I think it's quite good as well because it's like a pure like mythical thing now. Know what I mean? Like it's been deleted. It's kind of built up a bit more. thing
because they
with
were
it.
anonymous for so long, and like, you know what's funny? You're saying like people were mailing you saying that's your voice. See, when I first started hanging about with Sean and Ben, and like, say I was with them, and like I recorded them, or like say we'd done like a video or something, people would be like, "That's fucking that's JB and Del Chug, innit? That's JB McCausland and Derek Chug," and I'd be like, "No, it's no." It was so funny. I was out with I think it was the first thing I ever had out with Sean and Ben. We're in a pub at mine, and like I'm wrecked, and I seen boys I know if they can't be slang, and I was like, Celtic fans, right? And I'm like, mate, that's fucking Del Chug and JB. And he was like, nah, it's not. And I was like, Ben, like, obviously I know he's an anonymous and all that, but ain't you the fucking... And he was like, aye. And the boy was like, I don't believe you, you know. And he like he was like, shows the account then. It went a bit further than I'd planned. I thought it was just going to be like, no way. And he was like, Ben, pulled the account up, was like, there you go. And he was still like, nah, surely no. He was like, is this one of your famous bam ups, Evan? And I was like, this would not be a very good bam up, mate. Bizarre.
Don't know what the end product would be there.
I know. What is in this for me?
See, talk about like you being that people thinking you were that. I thought you were the first time I ever spoke to him. I asked if he was that swap pass guy.
Oh, did you think that was Pop?
Aye, because like the drawings are similar on that, and just the patter and it was kind of similar. I was like, after I started like seeing your stuff on Twitter and that, I was like, here, are you that guy? And you were like, no, but I love his stuff. And also, people mistake you for Paul Black, you know. So it happens quite a lot, doesn't it?
I just say when they tell me. I like to say aye and then see if they'll try and get me to do a quote. But no, man, fucking, I find it funny, man. Like, aye, the Swat Pass thing though, man. Swat Pass, I do love Davey Swat Pass. I think he's amazing.
Maybe that's why, like, the inspiration you drew for him, he just thought, sort of.
Aye, it's like kind of similar stuff, similar part on that.
Was that like 15 years ago?
Mate, it must have been ages ago, man. Like, aye.
So long ago, aye. It's been going for so long, but he's still
Must have
makes
been
some
quite
stuff.
insulting. Like,
I know.
were you making that stuff like, fucking 15 years ago?
Aye, but so I think the time has come, right? Trips
Do
of
a world exclusive.
a world exclusive, guys. Now, 3 hot boys in a room. What could
Gonna
happen?
happen? Anything could happen in this room.
So, guys, we've obviously, I don't know if you've been looking, we'll maybe put a wee picture of us up or something. Oh, right in the camera, baby. Obviously, we were filming something. Pop, you can actually explain it because it's your. Was this your idea? Just wait now. We'll just.
It was a combination idea of like me, Sean, and Ben had a kind of chat for ages, and we just talked about all these different things, and we spent like a week or so talking about different ideas about all the Monroe bagging stuff, and then the kind of guys that have started to do it, and all these kind of folk that were talking about it, and how people were getting some people were getting pure annoyed about it and defensive, and there was all these people that were like, oh, we've been doing it first, and it was all this kind of slowly turned into this bit of a thing. So we found it really funny, but we talked about a chat for ages, and then we were talking about the high rise instead. Why don't we do them? And then we just spent about a week just chatting about this, and then we're like, we need to make a video on this. We've got tons and tons of material.
Aye. So the plot behind it is like instead of going up the high rise, instead of going up the Monroes and that, just going. You don't need to drive 45 minutes to anywhere. The fucking high rises are right in your doorstep. And obviously the first one you've done, that's already out. That's on your Instagram, innit?
So on my Instagram, Twitter, and it's on. I think it's on YouTube as well.
Aye.
It should be on YouTube. Aye.
Aye. And the first one you've done, it was just you, Sean, and Ben, wasn't it?
Aye.
Aye. And obviously our friend Conor Reilly. Shout out to Conor Reilly.
Shout out to Conor Reilly.
He's going to come on at some point.
He's brilliant, man. So he films it and kind of.
How did you even meet Conor? Actually, how did you get to know Conor? Because I feel like I know Conor through kind of you, and that's how we all met Conor, sort of.
Aye, so I met Conor through. I was doing a writer's room for a thing that was for Channel 4. It was like a kind of comedy sketch thing, and we came up with a couple of different sketches, and him and his brother were there, and they've made an amazing sketch. Actually, we need to get that up. He does a sketch about soup, alright, and it's fantastic. It's so funny, alright. So I'd seen that, and then I met them at this writer's room thing, and then we went for pints afterwards, hung out, good friends with him and his brother, and
what a guy, mate. What a guy. One of the nicest guys I've ever met in my life, I think, honestly. So talented as well, like, just
does so many things.
Aye.
And see, do you know the thing as well, right? I'm always saying he's got like clutch game. Like, you make him do anything and he'll do it in the first try. Like, take him bowling, you make him make like a basketball shot, like
just talented.
He can juggle, he does all these things, but it's like he's just able to do stuff pure first time. Give him something, man.
Mad wee weird talents.
He does, he puts on his story like him like fucking like flitting a thing up and catching it in his neck, then flitting it and it goes in his mouth and all that, and you usually need to pay to see stuff like that, you know what I mean, bro?
Go to the circus usually.
Circus act.
But then this is obviously I think it's either, is this part 2 or part 3?
Part 2.
Part 2, so it was featuring RG.
So this is just a wee teaser, guys, so we'll just watch it, we'll all watch it together, man.
Stick up, aye.
Let's go. Well, obviously there's a lot of perks that comes with us being the premium climbers in this city, do you know what I mean? Sponsorship deals. Buds. The buds come easy, trust me, they come easy.
What are you fucking filming with them for?
What are you doing, man? Get the dobbers to fuck.
Connor, you fucking traitor, why are you filming with them? We're the real high-rise baggers.
We're legit. We're the legit ones.
Hey, it was the first high-rise you done. 4 flares up and you pissed yourself. Your mom had to come and pick you up, eh?
Fucking tenement twin.
Tenement twin.
For these cunts.
Hey, Ben, heard about your knee, pal. Got you a wee present.
I'm gonna fucking kill you, you fucking bastard! I want bananas!
Get back, boys, back. Retreat.
Let's settle this like men. Up in the high-rise. Fuck, we'll get a nice blast.
Aye, later.
Aye. So that's a kind of wee teaser.
That's a snippet. It's like 7 minutes long. 7 minutes long. So where's that going to be released, the full thing?
I think it's going to be on YouTube. Primarily, it's going to be on Instagram, and I think we're going to post some teasers and stuff just on Twitter.
Aye.
But full length will be on YouTube.
Aye.
I think. Aye.
And is that, is it your YouTube or?
I think it will be my YouTube or maybe Connor's got a thing as well. Only to that'll be.
I think, will it be out? It'll probably be out.
No, it's out on Monday.
Oh, aye, so by the time you're watching this, guys, it's going to be out tomorrow.
It'll be out tomorrow.
But you'll see it we'll promote it everywhere.
Aye.
And like you'll see it everywhere.
Out tomorrow, guys.
It's going to be everywhere.
Get it on the Reilly's Gaff Instagram.
Socials.
So, obviously with high rise, like it was. So have you filmed quite a lot of stuff like that in terms of like just in your house on your phone? Like, have you filmed a lot of stuff like the style we done that, like out and about, way cameras and actual shooting it and stuff like that?
Aye, I've done a bit more than than just stuff on my phone these days, and it is a completely different experience when you've got a camera there and you can't see yourself and you don't know what it's going to be like afterwards, kind of thing. So I've done quite a bit. I've done like a couple of things, like some BBC stuff. I said Channel 4. I filmed with Connor quite a lot of stuff. We filmed quite a few sketches. I think one that got released I put out on my Twitter that was about people make Glasgow. It's about a guy in a bus. You've seen that one. But we filmed a lot of things like that where you're in front of a camera and it's a different vibe. And
Don't think it's so much more fun. I think it's more fun. I enjoy it more.
Aye, it's good to have somebody else doing that, but then again, there is also a pressure of when you're in front of the camera, plus you don't know what you're doing, and sometimes you fuck a line a bit, and then you're like, try to get it. But as well as, see if you have a big camera in like public, people start coming over. We filmed, I was saying the thing we filmed with the Glasgow thing, it was like we filmed in like George Square, and just people kept just wandering into things, coming over and asking me questions. Like they thought I was a news reporter or something, so they were like, what's going on, what's on with the news?
What's the story, mate?
So we done a take that was like 30 minutes or something, 20 minutes or something like that, and it was literally just a 30-second thing, and it just people kept thrown in asking questions. So I was like,
happened to us a few times with the flats that we were in, like Toonhead. It was just pure just people coming in and out of the flats, just right mate, cheers. Just waiting and they're walking by up, you're looking at that.
I know, mate. I wanted to actually just to ask you, obviously, because that's like you've not done anything like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously you and Reese, shout out to Reese Milne.
Aye, shout out to Reese.
Superb in it, the Ice Blast master.
Ice Blast King.
Literally every line is just like, can we go for a night?
I mean, that's so funny.
So
innit?
funny, you need to see it, guys. But like, how did you feel before that? Like, were you shaking yourself?
No,
You were
not at
nervous,
all,
sharp.
man.
Trying to kill the podcast.
Aye, no, I was, because I was like, I don't know. It's obviously, as you say, it's a proper camera. It's not like, obviously in here we've got cameras all the time, but it's just like I'm kind of just talking to my pals, know what I mean? Like on that, it's like, right, this is going to go away and get edited, and to say things right, and like, I don't know. I actually feel like, see, when I've watched it back and all, I feel like I look nervous as well. I'm kind of looking away and shit sometimes.
Maybe just sometimes. See, like the first thing I'd done like that was like proper like that was like the fly thing, and before that I was a bit like, you're just a bit like, am I going to be able to do this? Like, obviously I can be in my room and just be like, oh, Tony Soprano, but like, getting a suit on, getting a cigar out, the sunglasses on, plus like you're having everybody, like people you respect in that sort of game, you're having them like watching you doing it, like,
Aye.
and it's
You're
like,
all brilliant in that though.
But aye, cheers. But it's just fucking. So were you, mate?
Thank you, bro.
Aye.
So was everybody. See, to be fair, to be honest, but like, see, especially for like you and Reese's first time doing that, mate. Like, he's fucking. I thought a lot of it is momentum, but like, see,
Aye.
like, what? See, soon as you realise, oh, I can actually do it. You're kind of relaxed, aren't
See,
you?
when we all started talking about like what we'll do next, because it was kind of loose a wee bit, but it was like you had your. What this is what you want to do, but just the wee kind of intricate bits about what we were doing, we could kind of have put a say in about it. So when we started talking about that, and then see when I seen like you, pure, like I think he was so good, like see on the day, like just thinking like, right, no, we'll do this now, and it was like pure like, as if you're
methodical.
editing like while you're doing it, do you know what I mean?
Aye.
Like, because you're like, this is how I want things to go. So after I seen that, after I seen Connor, like if there was any wee problems or anything, Connor just sorted it out. I'm like, this is like, if I'm doing it with people that heavy know what they're doing, do you know what I mean?
Know what I find interesting about you, and I've never seen all the people we've done shit with, I've never seen people with this sort of brain. Like, you always suggest like let's get like a wee dramatic shot of like us walking by this building and get it for down here. Like, my brain just does not work like that, whereas you must have that in your head. Like, did that come from like experience of doing that, or like just filming stuff, or do you think your brain's like wired like that?
A wee bit. Well, I think I kind of knew what I wanted to do with these ones, but I was kind of saying that like I like to have control over these things. I like control over like artistic stuff. I feel like if you don't take that control when you're making something creative, then sometimes you can kind of fall out of it and you feel like you're no part of it and you're no involved. So when we were making High Rise the first times and stuff like that, like Sean and Ben, both great, but also I think with Sean's got the ADHD as well.
The quick fire suggestions.
Sean sometimes like turning around looking at something, or he's filming something and you're like, right, let's get this together. We'll try to get something, because you're like, you don't want to be standing maybe in a close for too long, or standing around in some place just because you don't want to piss people off. I mean, you don't want to be in people's way, so you're trying to get something, so you kind of have to think, how do I solve this? Plus a lot of filming like that is problem solving. It's like, how can we do this? How will this look together? How do we fit together? How's this going to do? Because sometimes you can get caught up going, oh, we'll film this stuff, so we're standing around for a bit, and I'll be like, all right, where are we going with this? Because you can get distracted with it. Let's film this bit, let's get these shots so we can put this together if we need these scenes, you know. But and I think, I don't know, I do like to have that kind of control over anything creative I do. It's so interesting just watching it, but that's why I think I get so much more of a buzz. Like, I can't remember the last video I made like on my own. Like, I just don't even make them do. Like, I think the last one I uploaded was like September. Like,
Did you know put that one of them?
What video was that?
Mate, you know I'm at TikTok where you're like, how did you fuck him up doing that?
That was like imagine I genuinely was just like, don't know, man.
Don't know what you're talking about.
But I think I just lost that kind of, that's why people love doing the podcast, because it's like what I got for the videos at first is now what I get for doing the podcast, but see the videos, like I just don't get anything for it. But see when we're all together and it's like you suggest something and then I'll be like, no, why don't we do this? And then like together you come up with an even better idea than you spoke. It's like having all the minds at once just makes it so good. And I genuinely don't think a lot of my videos are even that funny. Like, I don't know if it's because it's me in it or like I don't know what it is, but when I watch that High Rise thing, I'm like, this is good. Like, and I think it is due to all us being bouncing off each other. Even like Paul Black's involved with that video as well, and he's in it. So it's just that's why I get a buzz out of it, because it's like I get to get a mad perspective off of like other people that I find funny, and it improves you as well. I think, you know what I mean? It improves your brain. But I just enjoyed it so much, man.
Question. See, just because I saw that one of these shots in it looked so like good, I was wondering if you like storyboarded it or if you just did it on location.
Storyboards in there, brother.
Done it on location. Connor's great for this stuff as well, to be honest. Connor knows what he's doing with these things, and so he'll always be like, oh, let's get this building, or else I can get it through this angle, or I'll do some different thing. He knows what he's doing with that as well, but sometimes we'll talk about different things.
I think you worked well together on that one, like, for that scene.
Connor's great to work with though, because he's like always got a suggestion for something, he's always got a fix for something, and he knows how to do everything pure on ground, like come up with an idea, as well as he will keep you to a script as well, kind of thing as well. Like he knows how to do it. Plus, you can kind of trust, as you were saying, you can trust that everything he films, they'll film it right, and when it's cut together, that's what I was saying to you as well. Like, I stay out the editing process. I don't really like looking at the editing process because it's too confusing, because there's too many options, kind of thing at the end. So I'm like, if everyone else agrees and everyone else likes it, because you'd rather other people's opinions on that kind of stuff, leave it to everyone else to say aye 100%, and I know Connor's going to do it well, so
aye, that's what I was thinking about. Like, you kind of edit on the day a wee bit, like you're
editing on the go almost.
I know, but do you know what I mean?
I know,
like,
I
he's
get
kind of
it.
sitting down, he's going, right, so I think after we've done that bit, we'll do this bit, and then like put that to everybody, and then we go and do that bit. So it's like you don't really need to be involved with editing as much, because you know what you've filmed, and you know where you and whoever's editing it want the bits to go, you know what I mean? So it's just like, trust you.
It's so funny though, right? Because like, see how like it's so funny like hearing you being like, I don't really like getting involved in it, mate. See how you're like, there's too many options. See, when I'm watching something, it's like in my head I'm like, I know the option. Like, see, it's weird, like any video I'm making that, like, see, like the editing it, like, see how obviously you get sent like a first thing and a second thing, like in my head, it's like it flags up a mad alert. See, when I see something, I'm like, ping. It's weird. Like my brain just like, I'm like, oh, like this bit should be a wee bit longer. I'm like, I don't know why I know. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Like, it's just like a gut instinct, I think.
We've kind of been good on the podcast for like us three, kind of just always on the same page with that kind of thing. Like, it will come back and after something, if there's never ever that much that you need to kind of cut out or whatever, but it would always be the 3 years like, aye, defo that. Know what I mean?
Aye, but I think as well, like that comes to like, we must all be pretty similar in our minds to like
what's funny.
Like, because see, to be fair, it was you, obviously you've done the first one, then you's like, it's not like we were like, well, why don't we come in it and be these guys? Like, you's asked us to be in it, which we're grateful for, do you know what I mean? Like, it was so, I'm so glad to have been a part of that. Hopefully we can do more stuff as well, man, like having Connor there, do you know what I mean? I really wanted to do a bowling team sketch, mate.
A bowling team?
Like a bowl, like,
can't give that away early, brother.
That'd be funny. There's so much shit we can do though, especially like me, like having Connor, because mate, I find it so funny, because like, see today what Connor does as well, like see cutting about with that camera, and what's that, the soup.
We'll make soup.
Whatever, we'll watch it in 2 minutes. But see just on Connor, like see having, it takes a bit of bottle to like walking about with that camera and that, like even recording it, like it's different us recording in here, like as you were saying, like it's just talking to each other, but see being like out in public when like, I mean at the flats, we were trying to get into the fucking flats and like people were just like, what are you doing? Like what, somebody like Psycho, mind that guy at Psycho buying the fake Gucci belt?
And a pair of jeans?
He was like, Scotland's most wanted,
He kept cycling back, he kept cycling away and then just come back, just staring. Like,
mate, if you're like like that was like, what was it, a Sunday morning or something? Was it
Like that,
Saturday morning or something? So like that guy was just, he must have been mid-40s and he had a fake Gucci belt on, he was just cycling, and it was very short journeys, mate. So what was he up to?
That's true, but I just thought it was
Paper round.
amazing he was cycling with a pair of jeans on, man. I think that's so funny.
Can I ask a question just regarding the topic of a paper round and high-rise flats? Have you ever stumbled into that obstacle, having to get the papers into people in the high-rise flats?
That's probably how it started, isn't it?
Was there any high-rise?
Is that how you got to those,
every door? High-rises, but I was doing some flats and stuff like that, and some
tenement.
had rough areas, but nah, I didn't have to go up fucking tons of stairs.
So that wasn't the start of the
How
love
does that
affair with the
work?
high-rise.
Sadly not.
Like, see somebody on like the 20th floors, like I want the Rutherglen Reformer delivered to me. Like, are they just like, nah, mate, you're up too high?
No, it's how they've got the lifts in it.
Aye, but
What if the
like,
lift
but
is
like,
broken
I
that
went
day?
up.
and he has to
I had
go up?
ones at Balgrehill Flats, but they were the bottom levels.
I've never seen like a paper boy going into high-rise flats. I've seen Just Eat
Just flinging them.
delivery drivers. Aye, I've seen all sorts of characters getting in and out of high-rise
Mate, I've
flats.
not seen a paperboy in fucking ages, bro. Sorry.
The original paper
We've
boy.
got the actual king of it here.
You've not seen a...
I feel
Oh,
like I'm
sorry.
going to wind back into it, to be honest. I feel like at one point in my life I'm just going to go back to becoming a paper boy.
Being your own
full
boss.
circle.
Being full circle, man.
You should like start going on Instagram and being like that. You want to be your own boss. You want to what is it? Financial freedom,
The
passive
paper boy
income.
influencer.
The paperboy.
I can't deliver your paper. I'll give you good wood though.
And I'll fire it into all the mods and get extra tips for it, mate.
I can imagine
It's
you.
coming up to
I can
Christmas,
imagine you like delivering the paper and being like, so. You've not got money for the paper. Oh, fucking so! You've not got £1.20 for this paper. I'm sure we can come to other arrangements.
You're a smart woman. I see you read the newspaper. The Claybank Post every day.
I see you read the Daily Star.
I see you like the Digger.
Mate, I love it. Mate, do you know
Digger
sometimes I go into a shop and I see the Digger sit there, I'm like, kinda want to buy it. There's somebody I know that always buys it, by the way.
Mate, Schofield always buys it.
It's aye, that's who I always.
Schofield always
and he
buys
always
the Digger,
posts
mate.
bits in his
Do
story.
you know my pal Schofield, no?
No.
He always buys the Digger, mate.
Mate,
He
that's
just
who I'm
sits-
thinking of.
He does that all the time.
Actually, I think I met him maybe. He was at
In-
the thing, but
on Saturday, aye.
Out for Jamie's birthday. What a night, mate. What a night.
Still recovering for it.
Aye, fuck me,
He's
mate.
just turned 18.
Just turned.
He's just legal
Just turned 18.
on the podcast.
He's ready to give you good wood though.
Moderate wood though.
Average wood.
Average wood.
Slightly below average wood though.
Mediocre wood.
Right, my wood's not the greatest.
Love how we're saying wood, dodging that monetisation, baby. We're getting good at this. We're getting good at this.
You want pizza there? Who you gonna call when games are there? Who you gonna call when there's an animatronic bear? Come down to Freddy's.
Actually, I was dancing pure in tune. I couldn't. Is that a rat? Is that a rat or a mat? It's a rat, innit? But we, could you? What are you like? We like rats and that. Any good with them?
I don't know, they're alright. I don't think they're that bad. Kinda like they're alright.
Pizza there? Who you gonna call when games are there? Who you gonna call when there's an animatronic bear? Come down to
I couldn't hold a rat like that, mate.
It's his favourite
I
video
feel
ever.
kind of bad for them, man, that wee thing, but I think rats are quite cute, to be
It
honest.
didn't even know-
I
it doesn't
get so
even-
much
I
hate,
could
and that's
imagine
nice.
you having one as a pet, like
Nah,
resting
nah.
your shoe
I
on
wouldn't, I
that.
wouldn't want one because apparently they pure smell heavy bad.
A rat's not pure intelligent.
They are
but-
heavy intelligent and they're nice, but they do start to pure smell at your house if you've got them in apartment,
Mate,
man.
Do you know there's a guy that stays very close to me who's got a ferret, right? And
Is that next, do you live next to the
Springburn
tennis
Park?
factory?
No.
There's a cunt with a ferret. Do you know?
There's
Calm
a
down,
cunt-
everybody's
no,
got a
but
ferret, fuck's sake.
There's a cunt with a mad... Mate, there's a cunt with an albino ferret, right? And he's like a weird looking gentleman, right? And he just walks about Springburn Park and just goes... And see when you walk by it, mate, it's fucking reeking. Now you're saying about them
Aye.
being feel stinking, it is actual barking. But they're cute wee things, aren't they?
But ferrets and rats will just. What, imagine you kept a. Oh well, people they keep pigeons, but I feel like they do. No, they do.
They do,
Ducats now. I feel like the pigeons that they keep are kind of better kept than your like central station pigeon. You know what I mean?
Your
Don't even
your
get
Springburn
your
parrot.
dove. Aye,
Ferret, your Springburn parrot.
the Springburn ferret, mate. I heard that's what they call your.
they
But aye,
My wood.
can't bring you a ferret. I'll give you a good wood though. But aye, fucking high rise out tomorrow, mate.
Out tomorrow.
I think it's gonna take over the world.
Break the internet. like Kim K's ass.
Kim K's ass. Do you think, is that the first time, like, I think that's the first time I hit. Is that the first time you heard the term, like, break the internet? I think it was.
I think so.
Oh, you're an arse.
Oh, yeah.
Or in a bum.
With an arse it is, but.
Where poo comes from. Do you know what? Do you know what? Mad? Do you know what? Can I? No, but
let's,
do you know
not,
what?
let's get technical here. It comes from.
Inside.
But it comes out of
Your
there.
mad tubes. Hang me, but do you know what? Like, can I say anything like that? I pure hate. See when people say, "Oh, you've won the internet." Like, they come in things. You, sir, have
How
won the
bad is the
internet
mad
today.
internet part of ratio and all
Do
that?
you know what that shit is? Right, see that you've won the internet. That's pure like Reddit brain shit, man.
Aye,
That's pure like I hate those kind of Reddit.
Mad
guys,
Monaco
man.
and a top hat, kind of.
Aye.
Aye.
It's like cunts. I think they're pure heavy intellectual, and you're just like. I neckbeard cunts. Cunts say like they treat the world like there was a mad. Oh my god!
They're
I
just
tell you about this fucking thing. There was guys that used to do this thing on Reddit that was like the Scottish Twitter Reddit, right? And they used to go and take tons of tweets. So it would have been like ones that yours are not probably at the time. They used to just take all these tweets, throw them up, and then pure analyse them. But they analysed them like it was like pure standard grade English, and they thought it was pure smart. Like they would be pure like, what does this mean? They'd get it all translated over, and then they'd have people being like, like people don't even drink tenants in Scotland. Like they would just say random things like that. Like they would say stuff and you were like, what the fuck are you talking
Critiquing
about?
shit.
You're like, they pure critique it, but they'd critique it pure stupid, and you were like, username, and then they would always be typing like they all typed like pure, oh yes, that's pure no funny, like and all that shit, and they typed in pure Scottish, and you were like,
Scotland's first incels.
Aye.
fucking
That is
annoying as fuck to be
They're
honest.
all Americans.
But they're all
I hate
American,
Scottish
aye.
people Twitter so much, man.
Aye.
That's controversial.
Scottish people Twitter is these two. Like,
No, but I hate the subreddit called.
Aye.
There's a subreddit on Reddit called Scottish
aye,
people
like he was
Twitter.
just saying.
I hate
Aye.
that, man.
Aye.
To be honest, see the whole thing of like Scottish Twitter, I hated when people used to bring it up all the time, but they used to be like Scottish Twitter, and you'd be like, I don't call myself that, it's not a thing.
Aye, do you know what? Like, I remember when we got picked for the fly thing. I remember he was like, "Got all Scottish Twitter here," and I was like,
What?
"I don't even feel like I'm a Twitter mate." But your tweets, we were talking about
Aye,
your tweets.
I was just-
Your tweets are outrageous, mate. Like
Aye.
you do big numbers, baby, on the old Twitter. You
Like,
just
every
you just
time.
know it, mate. Like, you were talking about
Aye.
the little chopper thing.
So, like, after we did the fly thing, you seen that mad, what do you call it? Fucking, what do you call it? I was about to say a grinder. The blender that said like little chopper, and you said like, and I was way you, like just before it, and you said like, oh, your boyfriend's Willie. And then like 2 years later, when I was just sitting on my phone, I just seen it in my Twitter, and I didn't even know you had posted it, and it was like fucking 50,000 likes or something, like something mad. But then if you go through your tweets, it's every single one pure bangs. It's like you've got the mad formula for it.
I think there's mad stupid things to say that are funny, man. I sometimes worry that people are going to think I'm a pure demented, pure horny guy or something.
That's why I thought it was Glasgow Circles, mate.
That's everyone says Glasgow Circles, but it's like, I tweet that mad stuff and I think it's pure funny, just being
Aye.
like saying something pure daft that's just pure cartoonish. Because that kind of part of us is just, I don't know, I find it so funny. It's pure crass and kind of crude, but
Aye.
it's just pure... I don't know. Makes me laugh.
It's
Sometimes
so-
something pops into my head and I'm like, I need to tweet that.
The little chopper, mate.
Aye.
But the little wood.
The Little Wood, aye, for still Little Woods, that used to be a shop. R.I.P. Little Wood.
I was thinking like wood chopper.
Bring
Sold Jamie's wooden there. I didn't know if I was like to say the right word there.
You're gonna go and tweet that.
we're trying to get that ad money in.
where your boyfriend's wood was sold.
I was threatening Jamie last night actually that I was going to come on the podcast and I was going to insert my own bootleg adverts. Just to, and then
Rogue
make
adverts?
100 rogue adverts for dodgy companies, the worst companies.
I've got this
possible.
jumper on. It was a
Oh, no,
guy.
yeah.
It was like mad gardeners and all that. It's gone like, don't look into his past and shit. Like, but
He
no,
was cleared of all charges.
that's another thing you were saying about coming on
Don't
here. that
Google
one.
his name.
I wanted to mention all his mad ideas for like coming in here. Like mine, it was like, yeah, I had this idea that I don't even know if I told you. They said he was going to get both his arms like put into plaster casts, like as a pro, and just sit like that and have like mad like
And we
makeup.
don't mention it the whole
But,
time.
like, you
No,
just
no,
sit
no,
and
no.
go,
David Funny.
aye, so Claybank, man, like
Aye. Grown up was fine.
and then what was the other ones like? So because it was
Oh,
like
the Christmas.
near Christmas, that one
We
was
wanted to do
Because we were
one.
going to make a day Christmas, aye.
We wanted to have so you would bring in a box, and then I would come at it.
You would come at the
I'd
box.
bust at the box. I thought that'd be quite good.
we'd be like, oh, I Paul was meant to come on, but and then a box comes in. What the fuck's that? And it's just put it at the tab.
There's no better entrance than coming out a box, mate.
I know.
Good way to go.
Well, you
Or
said
a
you were gonna-
birthday cake's pretty good and all.
You said that on Saturday, I know. You said you're gonna
I keep
pop it.
threatening him with weird messages. Like that's my
I love how like
relationship
the
with Jamie.
style of these threats. Like, I'm going to come on your podcast with both my arms plastered.
belly dance and your birthday. I'm gonna bust it a birthday cake. It's how I make money, come on.
For his birthday,
For his birthday, that's what I was threatening on me.
Aye, threatening me with a
He
good
was like,
time, mate.
please don't. My friends are going to be there. You'll embarrass me in front of everyone.
Embarrass me.
Please don't. Imagine you just seen a big, huge cake coming in. Paul's not here.
Players coming in, you're like sweating, pouring sweat.
You text me 20 minutes before, be there soon. A big, massive cake comes in. Like, why is he doing
Ridiculous cake.
a big, ridiculous cake.
You're pushing it out, you're not letting it come in.
You're in pure can't breathe. Like,
Your smoke coming out it, it's lighting and fire with all the candles and all
like,
that.
fuck it, mate. Imagine, like, see how, like, the way in, like,
Dies in a birthday cake, candle fire.
it's like a big headline, like Scottish Twitter celeb. I'd hate that. Imagine that was your headline of your death. Scottish Twitter
I would
celeb
roll my
dies in a
grave,
birthday
my
cake.
grave if that was it.
what do you think, like, when say when the day comes, Paul, we're all going to die, what do you think, like, the title would be for yourself? Because obviously he just said Scottish Twitter celeb. What do you think, what would you want it to be?
Scottish funny
What?
man. Or the things in it. Mad tabloid words, man.
Absolute legend has died. That's what I'm at.
Handsome hunk.
I would.
Handsome hunk mowed down in prime of his life. That'd be good.
And
Mowed down
and his sexual prime.
in sexual prime.
I would want mine to pure lie. Just say I was like a top of the game athlete or something.
Aye.
You know what I mean?
You could do what Sean and Bendy and just, like, as soon as, like, a newspaper contact them about it and just lie about I'm a plasterer for, like, they just must have a board with, like, everywhere in Scotland. They just, like a spin the wheel thing and just whatever it lands on, like Bells Hill, painter decorator.
Watching the Only Fools and Horses on the omnibus.
That is superb for them, man. But Paul, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on, mate. Anything else you want to plug? Where can people find if they want you to do a wee illustration?
Get me just on Instagram.
Aye.
Just Paul.93. Put most of my stuff up there. I do Twitter as well.
I do.
Oh, we know, baby, we know.
I'm on the Twitter.
I'm on the Twitter as well, so you can get me on there.
Which
It's
are
the same.
Facebook and that, mate? You get a people or a
My MySpace. You can get me on my MySpace. You can get me in the
Tumblr.
deep web, my Tumblr. You can get me by pigeon.
I miss people, by the way. I miss people. There's been a few times I've been kind of. You ever tried to go on people?
No, but I was going to say, did you ever have the mad thing that was like all the wee the brackets and the forward slashes are made up?
Aye, it was like a big middle finger. Why was that so cool back in the day? I remember, like, you used to get somebody else to write your was it like a bio or something.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is
Forward.
Mate, I got somebody to do like a Menchie as my like header thing, but it was like a mad proper digital, like amazing looking thing, mate. And it
Was
just
it Paul?
said Jamie Kelly, like this mad big graffiti Menchie thing.
You're making me jealous that you didn't hire me, fuck's sake.
I know. You're the guy you wanted to be when you were growing up.
My dream.
And now he's in
Yeah,
front of you.
I know.
Your dreams came true.
What is it do? Is it that way?
Oh, you couldn't even.
I can't even do it, man. I've still never been able to
Cute
master it.
boy, and then hot boy.
Oh,
You know, we've got the
get a
two
man who can do both.
I'll give you a good word though. I can end it on that, guys. Thank you so much, Paul. Absolute pleasure.
Thanks,
As
guys.
always, like the video, subscribe, send us money in envelopes. Send me. What else would you want sent?
I once sent carrier pigeons with nice messages.
With nice messages.
Aye, towards me and Paul.
Just
And our new budding in relationship.
beautiful stuff. Thank you so much, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. See you later.
Cheers, trips.